Understanding bedroom requests. Why your husband wants you to try new things. Written and copyright by A. Castor. Chapter 13. Role-play script. Role-playing can be a powerful tool for enhancing intimacy and connection in a relationship. By stepping into different characters and scenarios, couples can explore new dynamics, fantasies, and forms of communication in a safe and playful environment. This chapter provides a collection of role-play scripts designed to inspire and guide couples in their journey of exploration. Each script is carefully crafted to maintain a respectful and consensual atmosphere, ensuring that both partners feel comfortable and engaged. Whether you're new to role-playing or looking to add new dimensions to your existing repertoire, these scripts offer a variety of scenarios to suit different interests and desires. Key elements of successful role-playing. 1. Communication. Open and honest communication is crucial before, during, and after role-playing. Discuss boundaries, comfort levels, and any specific fantasies or scenarios you want to explore. 2. Consent. Ensure that both partners fully consent to the role-play and are comfortable with the chosen scenario. Consent should be enthusiastic and ongoing, with the understanding that either partner can pause or stop the activity at any time. 3. Preparation. Take the time to prepare your environment and any props or costumes that might enhance the experience. Creating the right atmosphere can significantly enhance the immersion and enjoyment of the role-play. 4. Imagination. Allow yourselves to fully embrace your characters and the scenario. Let your imagination guide you, and don't be afraid to improvise and explore new aspects of your roles. 5. Aftercare. After the role-play, take the time to check in with each other, discuss your experiences, and provide emotional support if needed. This helps to reinforce trust and connection. The following scripts are designed to cater to a variety of themes and preferences. From classic scenarios like student and teacher or maid and master to more adventurous themes, there's something for everyone. Remember to adapt each script to fit your unique relationship and comfort levels, ensuring a positive and fulfilling experience for both partners. By using these role-play scripts, you can deepen your emotional and physical connection, add excitement and novelty to your relationship, and explore new facets of your desires in a safe and consensual manner. Dive into the world of role-playing with an open mind and a sense of adventure, and enjoy the journey of discovery together. Role-play script. Doctor and patient. Characters. Doctor. A confident and experienced doctor, dressed in a white coat with a stethoscope around his neck. Patient. Playing the role of the patient, dressed in a medical gown. Setting. The scene takes place in the bedroom, transformed into a doctor's examination room. The bed serves as the examination table. Script. Emma enters the bedroom, dressed in a medical gown, and sees Dr. James standing by the bed with a stethoscope around his neck. Good evening, doctor. I've been feeling a bit off lately, and I was hoping you could help me. Dr. James looks up, smiling warmly, his eyes taking in the sight of Emma. Of course, Miss Emma. Please come in and have a seat on the examination table. Let's see what we can do to make you feel better. Emma nods and sits on the edge of the bed, her hands nervously fidgeting with the hem of her gown. Thank you, doctor. I really appreciate it. Dr. James walks over to her, gently placing a hand on her shoulder. There's no need to be nervous. I'll take good care of you. He takes his stethoscope and places it on her chest, listening to her heartbeat. His hand lightly grazes her collarbone as he adjusts the stethoscope. Take a deep breath for me. Emma takes a deep breath, feeling the cool metal against her skin and Dr. James's gentle touch. Her heart races slightly, both from the examination and the intimacy. Is everything all right, doctor? Dr. James smiles reassuringly, his hand lingering a moment longer. Your heartbeat sounds strong, but let's make sure we check everything thoroughly. He moves the stethoscope to different spots, his hand brushing against her skin with each adjustment. Emma closes her eyes, enjoying the sensation of his touch. Thank you, doctor. What else do we need to check? Dr. James sets the stethoscope aside and gently lifts her chin, looking into her eyes. Let's check your temperature next. He takes a thermometer and places it under her tongue, his fingers lightly caressing her lips as he does so. Emma holds the thermometer in place, her eyes locked with his, feeling a growing sense of anticipation. Dr. James, after a moment, removes the thermometer and reads it, then places it on the table. Your temperature is normal, but I think we need a more thorough examination. He gently guides her to lie back on the bed, his hands trailing down her arms. Emma lies back, her gown slightly shifting to reveal more of her skin. She watches him with a mixture of excitement and curiosity. What do you need to do next, doctor? Dr. James leans over her, his hand resting on her thigh, gently squeezing. I need to check your muscles for any tension. Just relax. He starts to massage her thigh, his touch firm yet gentle, moving upwards slowly. Emma closes her eyes, her breathing becoming shallow as she feels his hands move. That feels really good, doctor. Dr. James smiles, leaning in to place a soft kiss on her neck. I'm glad you think so. It's important that we make sure every part of you is in perfect health. His hands continue to explore her body, his kisses trailing down her neck to her collarbone. Emma moans softly, her body responding to his touch and kisses. Doctor, I think you're very thorough. Dr. James whispers against her skin. I take my job very seriously. His hands move under her gown, caressing her sides and moving up towards her breasts, his thumbs brushing over her nipples. Emma gasps at the sensation, arching her back slightly. Please, doctor, don't stop. Dr. James moves his mouth to hers, kissing her deeply as his hands continue their exploration. I wouldn't dream of it. Emma kisses him back passionately, her hands reaching up to pull him closer. Dr. James breaks the kiss for a moment to look into her eyes. You're an excellent patient, Emma. I think you deserve a reward for being so cooperative. Emma smiles, her eyes filled with desire. Whatever you think is best, doctor. Dr. James nods, his hands continuing their gentle exploration, his kisses becoming more intense. I think we both know what's best. Roleplay script, Boss and Secretary. Characters. Boss. A demanding and confident boss, dressed in a suit and tie. Secretary. Playing the role of the eager-to-please secretary, dressed in a professional office outfit with glasses. Setting. The scene takes place in the bedroom, transformed into Mr. Anderson's office. The bed serves as the office couch or desk. Script. Lily enters the office with a notepad and pen in hand, seeing Mr. Anderson sitting on the edge of the bed, pretending to review some documents. Good evening, Mr. Anderson. You asked to see me? Mr. Anderson looks up from his documents, giving Lily a stern look. Yes, Lily. Come in and close the door. We need to discuss your performance. Lily closes the door behind her and walks over, her heels clicking on the floor. She stands in front of him, nervously fidgeting with her notepad. Of course, sir, how can I improve? Mr. Anderson pats the space beside him on the bed. Have a seat, Lily. We need to have a more personal discussion. Lily sits down beside him, her heart racing with anticipation and nerves. What would you like to discuss, sir? Mr. Anderson leans closer, his hand resting on her thigh, squeezing gently. You've been working very hard, Lily, but I think there's more you can do to impress me. Lily shivers at his touch, her voice trembling slightly. I'm willing to do whatever it takes, Mr. Anderson. Just tell me what you need. Mr. Anderson smirks, his hand slowly moving up her thigh. I need you to show me just how dedicated you are. Are you willing to go the extra mile for your boss? Lily nods, her breathing becoming shallow as she feels his hand move. Yes, sir, I'm here to please you. Mr. Anderson. His hand reaches the hem of her skirt, lifting it slightly. Good. Let's start with a little more personal attention. Leans in, his lips brushing her ear. Kiss me, Lily. Lily turns her head slightly, her lips meeting his in a soft, tentative kiss. Like this, sir? Mr. Anderson deepens the kiss, his hand moving further up her skirt. Exactly like that. His other hand moves to her waist, pulling her closer. Lily kisses him back passionately, her hands reaching up to his chest, feeling the firmness beneath his suit. I'm here for you, Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson breaks the kiss for a moment, looking into her eyes. Show me how much you want to please me, Lily. His hand slips under her skirt, caressing her thigh. Lily moans softly, her body responding to his touch. I want to please you more than anything. So she moves closer, her hands sliding up to his shoulders, her lips trailing kisses down his neck. Mr. Anderson tilts his head back slightly, enjoying her kisses, his hand exploring higher up her thigh. You're doing very well, Lily, but I need more. Lily, her hands move to his thigh, slowly loosening it. I'll give you more, Mr. Anderson. Just tell me what you want. She kisses his collarbone, her fingers deftly unbuttoning his shirt. Mr. Anderson groans softly, his hand moving to her waist, pulling her onto his lap. I want everything you have to offer. Show me how much you need this job. Lily straddles his lap, her skirt riding up, her hands running over his chest. I need this job so much. Sir, I'll do anything for you. She grinds against him, her lips finding his again in a deep, passionate kiss. Mr. Anderson kisses her back hungrily, his hands roaming over her body, caressing and exploring. You're such a good secretary, Lily. You're exactly what I need. Lily moans into the kiss, her hands tangling in his hair. I'll be the best for you, Mr. Anderson. Promise. Mr. Anderson pulls back slightly, his lips brushing hers. Prove it, Lily. Show me just how far you'll go to make me happy. His hands slide under her blouse, caressing her skin. Lily gasps at his touch, her back arching. I'll prove it, sir, just don't stop touching me. Mr. Anderson smirks, his hands moving to unbutton her blouse, revealing more of her skin. I have no intention of stopping. Not until I'm completely satisfied. Lily, her hands slide down to his belt, unbuckling it slowly. I want to satisfy you, Mr. Anderson, in every way. Mr. Anderson groans softly, his hands exploring her body, his lips capturing hers in a searing kiss. You're well on your way, Lily. Keep going. Lily kisses him back passionately, her hands working on removing his belt and unbuttoning his pants. I'll do anything for you, sir, anything. Mr. Anderson pulls her closer, his hands gripping her hips. Then don't hold back, Lily. Show me everything. Lily, her movements become more urgent, her kisses more fervent. Yes, sir, I'll show you everything. Mr. Anderson, his hands explore her body, his touch firm yet gentle. Good girl, Lily. You're making your boss very happy. Lily moans softly, her body responding to his touch. That's all I want, sir, to make you happy. Mr. Anderson smirks, his hands slipping under her skirt again. And you're doing an excellent job. Keep it up. Lily nods, her hands moving to caress his chest and stomach, her lips trailing kisses along his jawline. I'll do whatever it takes, Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson groans softly, enjoying her touch. I have no doubt about that, Lily. You're the perfect secretary. Lily, her hands move lower, exploring and teasing. I aim to please, sir, always. Mr. Anderson leans back, allowing her to take control. And you're doing a fantastic job. Don't stop. Lily continues her ministrations, her hands and lips working together to please him. I won't stop until you're completely satisfied. Mr. Anderson smirks, his hands gripping her hips tightly. That's exactly what I want to hear, Lily. Keep going. Lily, her movements become more confident, her kisses more passionate. Yes, sir, I'll keep going. I'll make you feel so good. Mr. Anderson groans, his hands moving to guide her movements. You already are, Lily. You already are. Lily smiles against his lips, her body moving in rhythm with his. I'm glad. Sir, I want to be the best for you. Mr. Anderson nods, his eyes filled with desire. You are Lily. You are. Lily kisses him deeply, her hands exploring and teasing. Thank you, sir, I'll keep going until you're completely satisfied. Mr. Anderson pulls her closer, his hands exploring her body. And I know you will, Lily. You're the perfect secretary. Lily moans softly, her body responding to his touch. I'll be the best for you, sir, always. Mr. Anderson nods, his hands gripping her hips tightly. And you already are, Lily. You already are. Roleplay script. Police officer and suspect. Characters. Police officer. A confident and authoritative police officer, dressed in a uniform with handcuffs, a police hat, and a badge. Suspect. Playing the role of the suspect, dressed casually. Setting. The scene takes place in the bedroom, transformed into an interrogation room. The bed serves as the interrogation table. Script. Mia enters the bedroom, looking around nervously, and sees Officer Jake standing by the bed with a stern expression. Officer, what's going on? Why did you bring me here? Officer Jake looks at Mia with a commanding gaze, his hand resting on his belt where his handcuffs hang. Mia, you're under suspicion, and I need to conduct a thorough search. Please comply and everything will go smoothly. Mia fidgets, trying to look innocent. But officer, I haven't done anything wrong. There must be some mistake. Officer Jake steps closer, his tone firm. We'll see about that. Turn around and place your hands on the bed. I need to check you for any concealed items. Mia swallows hard, then turns around, placing her hands on the bed, her heart racing. Okay, officer. Whatever you say. Officer Jake takes out his handcuffs and gently cuffs her wrists behind her back. This is just a precaution. Now stand still. He starts patting her down, his hands moving slowly and deliberately over her body. Mia gasps softly as his hands move over her, her breathing becoming shallow. Officer, is this really necessary? Officer Jake leans in, his lips close to her ear. Yes, it is. I need to be thorough. His hands move up her legs, brushing the inside of her thighs, and then up to her hips, squeezing gently. Mia shivers at his touch, feeling a mix of fear and excitement. I swear, I don't have anything on me. Officer Jake smirks, his hands moving higher, caressing her waist and then up her sides, finally resting on her chest. We'll see about that. He squeezes gently, feeling her reaction. Mia moans softly, her body responding to his touch. Officer, please. Officer Jake turns her around to face him, his hands gripping her hips firmly. I'm not done yet. I need to search you more thoroughly. He presses his body against hers, his hands moving to unbutton her shirt slowly. Mia breathes heavily, her eyes locked with his, feeling the heat between them. But Officer Jake leans in and kisses her deeply, his hands continuing to unbutton her shirt, exposing more of her skin. You need to cooperate, Mia. It's for your own good. Mia kisses him back passionately, her body pressed against his. Yes, officer. I'll do whatever you say. Officer Jake breaks the kiss, his hands exploring her body more freely now, caressing her breasts and moving down to her stomach. That's better. Now let's see what you're hiding. His hands slip under her waistband, teasing her. Mia moans louder, her body trembling with anticipation. Please, officer, don't stop. Officer Jake smirks, his hands moving lower, his fingers exploring her intimately. I told you I'd be thorough. He kisses her neck, his fingers moving rhythmically, eliciting more moans from her. Mia closes her eyes, surrendering to his touch. Oh, officer. Officer Jake moves his kisses down her neck to her collarbone, his hands still exploring her. You're a very naughty suspect, Mia, but I think we're getting somewhere. He lifts her onto the bed, positioning her so he can continue his search more comfortably. Mia lays back on the bed, her breathing erratic, her body responding to every touch. Yes, officer. Search me thoroughly. Officer Jake moves over her, his hands roaming her body, his lips capturing hers again in a deep, passionate kiss. Don't worry, Mia. I won't miss a single spot. Mia kisses him back with equal passion, her hands, still cuffed, pulling him closer. Please, officer. I need you. Officer Jake growls softly, his hands moving with more urgency, his kisses becoming more intense. You're mine now, Mia, and I'm going to make sure you're completely satisfied. Mia moans loudly, her body arching towards his touch. Yes, officer. Make me yours. Officer Jake, his hands and kisses exploring every inch of her, bringing her to new heights of pleasure. Good girl, Mia. You're doing exactly what I want. Mia surrenders completely, her body and mind overwhelmed with pleasure. Yes, officer. I'm all yours. Officer Jake continues his ministrations, his touch firm and demanding, yet filled with a deep sense of care and desire. And I'll make sure you never forget it. Roleplay script. Stranger encounter. Characters. Stranger 1. A charming and confident man dressed in casual yet stylish attire. Stranger 2. An alluring and elegant woman dressed in a chic outfit. Setting. The scene takes place in a hotel room, represented by the bedroom. The bed serves as the private encounter space. Script. James enters the hotel room, looking around as if seeing it for the first time. He notices Sophie sitting on the edge of the bed, looking out the window. Good evening. I couldn't help but notice you at the bar downstairs. Mind if I join you? Sophie turns to look at him, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. Not at all. Please have a seat. She gestures to the spot next to her on the bed. James sits down beside her, his knee brushing against hers. I'm James. What brings you to this hotel tonight? Sophie smiles, her gaze lingering on his. I'm Sophie. Just needed a change of scenery, I guess. And you? James leans in slightly, his voice soft and inviting. The same. Sometimes it's nice to escape the routine. Isn't it? Sophie nods, feeling a spark of excitement at his proximity. It is. So, what do you usually do to unwind? James gently takes her hand, his thumb brushing over her knuckles. I like to meet interesting people and see where the night takes us. What about you? Sophie feels a shiver run through her at his touch. I enjoy good company and new experiences. She leans closer, her lips almost brushing his ear. Tell me, James, do you believe in living in the moment? James turns his head slightly, their lips almost touching. Absolutely. I think the best moments are the ones we don't plan. He closes the small gap between them, capturing her lips in a soft, exploratory kiss. Sophie kisses him back, her hand moving to rest on his chest, feeling his heartbeat quicken. You make a convincing argument, James. James smiles against her lips, his hand moving to the back of her neck, deepening the kiss. I'm glad you think so, Sophie. He gently pushes her back onto the bed, his body pressing against hers. Sophie moans softly, her hands running through his hair as she pulls him closer. I have to admit, this is a much better way to spend the evening. James kisses down her neck, his hands exploring her body, caressing and teasing. I couldn't agree more. He lifts her dress slightly, his fingers brushing against her thigh. Sophie gasps at the sensation, her body arching towards his touch. James, you certainly know how to make an impression. James smirks, his hands moving higher, exploring the smooth skin of her inner thighs. I aim to please. He captures her lips again, his kiss more demanding this time. Sophie kisses him back with equal fervor, her hands tugging at his shirt, wanting to feel his skin against hers. And you're doing an excellent job. James helps her remove his shirt, his hands roaming over her body with increased urgency. You're incredible, Sophie. He nips at her earlobe, his breath hot against her skin. Sophie moans, her nails digging into his shoulders. Don't stop, James. I want more. James. His hands slide under her dress, caressing her curves, his lips trailing kisses down her chest. I won't stop until you're completely satisfied. Sophie whispers breathlessly. And what if I don't want you to stop at all? James looks up at her, his eyes dark with desire. Then I won't. He pulls her dress up over her head, revealing more of her to his touch and gaze. Sophie feels a rush of excitement, her body responding to his every touch. Make me forget everything but you. James grins, his hands and lips working together to drive her wild. That's exactly what I plan to do. Sophie, her back arches, her body melting under his touch. Yes, James. Just like that. James. His hands explore every inch of her, his touch firm yet gentle, his kisses searing a trail of heat across her skin. You're incredible, Sophie. I can't get enough of you. Sophie moans louder, her body trembling with pleasure. I need you, James. Now. James groans softly, positioning himself above her, his hands gripping her hips. You're mine tonight, Sophie. All mine. Sophie whispers softly, her eyes filled with desire. Yes, James. I'm all yours. James kisses her deeply, his body pressing against hers, his hands exploring every inch of her. And I'll make sure you never forget it. Roleplay script. Celebrity and fan. Characters. Celebrity. A famous and charismatic celebrity, dressed in stylish and glamorous attire. Fan. An adoring and enthusiastic fan, dressed casually but nicely for the special occasion. Setting. The scene takes place in the bedroom, transformed into a private room for a meet and greet. The bed serves as the private space where the encounter takes place. Script. Mia enters the private room, holding an autograph book and camera, her excitement barely contained. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I'm actually here. Thank you so much for meeting with me, Alex. Alex smiles warmly, his eyes twinkling with charm as he stands by the bed. It's my pleasure, Mia. I'm always happy to meet my fans. Come in and make yourself comfortable. Mia nervously sits on the edge of the bed, her heart racing. I've been a fan of yours for so long. This is like a dream come true. Alex sits beside her, their knees touching. I'm glad to hear that. What's your favorite thing about my work? Mia blushes, her hands fidgeting with the autograph book. I love everything, but especially your latest movie. Your performance was incredible. Alex leans in closer, his hand resting on her knee, squeezing gently. Thank you, Mia. That means a lot to me. Would you like me to sign your book? Mia nods eagerly, handing him the book and a pen. Yes, please. I would love that. Alex takes the book and pen, his fingers brushing against hers. Anything for you, Mia. He signs the book with a flourish, then hands it back to her, his hand lingering on hers. Mia shivers at his touch, looking at the autograph with wide eyes. This is amazing. Thank you so much, Alex. Alex smiles, his hand moving up her arm slowly. You're very welcome. Would you like a photo together? Mia nods, her excitement growing. Yes, please. That would be incredible. Alex takes her camera, standing up and pulling her close to his side, his arm around her waist. Smile for the camera. He takes a few photos, their bodies pressed closely together. Mia feels her heart race as she stands so close to him. Thank you, Alex. This is more than I ever imagined. Alex sets the camera aside, turning to face her, his hands on her hips. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, Mia, but I think we can make this encounter even more memorable. Mia looks up at him, her breath catching in her throat. What do you mean? Alex leans in, his lips brushing her ear. I want to make sure you never forget this moment. He kisses her softly, his hands exploring her waist. Mia kisses him back hesitantly at first, then with growing passion, her hands resting on his chest. Alex. Alex. Breaks the kiss, looking into her eyes. Do you trust me, Mia? Do you want this? Mia nods, her voice trembling with anticipation. Yes, Alex. I want this more than anything. Alex smiles, his hands moving up to cup her face, his thumbs caressing her cheeks. Good. Just relax and let me take care of you. He kisses her again, more deeply this time, his hands sliding down her body. Mia moans softly into the kiss, her body responding to his touch, her hands gripping his shirt. Please, Alex. Alex whispers against her lips. I'm here for you, Mia. He gently pushes her back onto the bed, his body pressing against hers, his kisses trailing down her neck. Mia gasps, her back arching, her hands running through his hair. Alex, this feels so amazing. Alex smirks, his hands exploring her curves, squeezing and caressing. You're incredible, Mia. I want to make you feel good. His lips find hers again, kissing her hungrily. Mia kisses him back with equal fervor, her body melting under his touch. Yes, Alex. Don't stop. Alex. His hands slide under her shirt, caressing her skin, his kisses becoming more urgent. I won't stop, Mia. Not until you're completely satisfied. Mia moans louder, her hands tugging at his shirt, wanting to feel his skin against hers. I need you, Alex. Now. Alex helps her remove his shirt, his hands roaming over her body with increased urgency. You have me, Mia. All of me. He kisses down her chest, his hands exploring every inch of her. Mia whispers breathlessly. Yes, Alex. Make me yours. Alex groans softly, positioning himself above her, his hands gripping her hips. You're mine tonight, Mia. All mine. Mia whispers softly, her eyes filled with desire. Yes, Alex. I'm all yours. Alex kisses her deeply, his body pressing against hers, his hands exploring every inch of her. And I'll make sure you never forget it. Mia moans, her body arching towards his touch. Yes, Alex. Just like that. Alex. His hands explore every inch of her, his touch firm yet gentle, his kisses searing a trail of heat across her skin. You're incredible, Mia. I can't get enough of you. Mia moans louder, her body trembling with pleasure. I need you, Alex. Now. Alex groans softly, his hands moving with more urgency, his kisses becoming more intense. You're mine, Mia. All mine. Mia surrenders completely, her body and mind overwhelmed with pleasure. Yes, Alex. I'm all yours. Alex continues his ministrations, his touch firm and demanding, yet filled with a deep sense of care and desire. And I'll make sure you never forget it. Role-play script. Explorer and native. Characters. Explorer. A daring and adventurous explorer, dressed in an explorer hat and carrying a map. Native. A beautiful and alluring native of the exotic land, dressed in a native costume. Setting. The scene takes place in the bedroom, transformed into an exotic new land. The bed serves as the area where the encounter takes place. Script. Henry enters the exotic land, looking around with a map in hand, his explorer hat perched jauntily on his head. This place is incredible. I can't believe I've discovered it. He spots Lila standing by the bed, her native costume accentuating her beauty. Hello there. Who are you? Lila looks at him with curiosity, her eyes sparkling. I am Lila, a native of this land. Who are you, stranger? Henry steps closer, his eyes locked on hers. I am Henry, an explorer from a distant land. I'm here to discover new places and learn about their secrets. He offers his hand. May I get to know you, Lila? Lila takes his hand, her touch sending a shiver through him. Yes, Henry. Welcome to my land. I will show you its wonders. She leads him to the bed, her movements graceful and inviting. Henry follows her, his heart racing with anticipation. Thank you, Lila. Your land is beautiful, but I must say, you are the most captivating thing I have seen here. Lila blushes slightly, her eyes meeting his with a hint of mischief. You flatter me, Henry. What do you seek to discover? Henry sits on the edge of the bed, pulling her close so she stands between his legs. I seek to discover everything about you, Lila. He places his hands on her hips, his touch firm and exploring. Lila gasps softly, her hands resting on his shoulders. Then let us begin, Henry. I will show you all that I am. She leans in, her lips brushing his in a tentative kiss. Henry kisses her back, his hands moving up her sides, feeling the softness of her skin through her costume. You are enchanting, Lila. I can't get enough of you. He deepens the kiss, his hands exploring her back and pulling her closer. Lila moans softly into the kiss, her body pressing against his. Henry, your touch is like fire. Her hands slide down to his chest, feeling the firmness beneath his shirt. Henry breaks the kiss, looking into her eyes with desire. I want to explore every part of you, Lila. He gently pushes her onto the bed, his body covering hers. Lila lays back, her breathing quickening with excitement. Then explore me, Henry. Discover all my secrets. She reaches up, pulling him down for another passionate kiss. Henry kisses her deeply, his hands roaming over her body, caressing and teasing. You are incredible, Lila. His lips trail down her neck, kissing and nibbling gently. Lila moans louder, her hands tangling in his hair. Don't stop, Henry. Please. Henry smirks against her skin, his hands moving to the ties of her costume, slowly undoing them. I have no intention of stopping. Not until I've explored every inch of you. He slips her costume off, revealing her bare skin. Lila gasps as the cool air hits her skin, her body arching towards his touch. Yes, Henry. I want you to know all of me. Henry. His hands and lips continue their exploration, teasing and caressing every part of her. You are a wonder, Lila. I can't get enough of you. His hands slide down her body, squeezing her hips and thighs. Lila moans louder, her body responding to his every touch. Henry, you make me feel things I've never felt before. Henry whispers against her skin, and I will continue to make you feel more. His lips capture hers again, kissing her deeply, his hands exploring her more intimately. Lila kisses him back passionately, her hands exploring his back and pulling him closer. Yes, Henry. Just like that. Henry groans softly, his hands moving with more urgency, his kisses becoming more intense. You are mine tonight, Lila. All mine. Lila whispers breathlessly. Yes, Henry. I am all yours. Henry smirks, his hands and lips working together to bring her to new heights of pleasure. And I will make sure you never forget it. Lila moans, her body arching towards his touch. Yes, Henry. Just like that. Henry. His hands explore every inch of her, his touch firm yet gentle, his kisses searing a trail of heat across her skin. You are incredible, Lila. I can't get enough of you. Lila moans louder, her body trembling with pleasure. I need you, Henry. Now. Henry groans softly, his hands moving with more urgency, his kisses becoming more intense. You are mine, Lila. All mine. Lila surrenders completely, her body and mind overwhelmed with pleasure. Yes, Henry. I'm all yours. Henry continues his ministrations, his touch firm and demanding, yet filled with a deep sense of care and desire. And I will make sure you never forget it. Note: this script is designed to be playful and consensual, emphasizing mutual enjoyment and respect. It's important for both partners to feel comfortable and safe throughout the roleplay, ensuring a positive and enjoyable experience for both. Always communicate and establish boundaries before engaging in roleplay scenarios.